Joystick in hand, engines on the rise, taking us with him through virtual skies. Sits in his cockpit, lit by a screen, fly in the skies where he's never been. Twitch chat buzzing like a tower call, an 83 Fox, he's got it all. With his wings of code, his heart of flight, he's soaring high, chasing the night. Oh man, A3 Foxtrot, master of the air, gliding through the clouds like he's really there. Joystick in hand, engines on the rise, taking us with him through virtual skies. To jets, he pilots them all. A captain of pixels, he answers their call. He loops, he banks, he dives with grace. The sky's his stage, his cockpit's the place. Turbulence shakes, alarms might scream, but he's steady as a dream. Chat throws jokes, can you stick the land? He winks and says, I've got this plan. Oh, and an A3 Foxtrot, master of the air, gliding through the clouds like he's really there. Joystick in hand, engines on the rise, taking us with him through virtual skies. Sits in his cockpit, lit by a screen, fly in the sky.
Hello again, everyone. Michael here with Felicity, November 8033 Fox, a Cessna flight training device that I built right here at home. It is, what is this, the 12th of January 2026. That's taking me a while to get used to already thus far. But I do hope you are all doing well and safe wherever you may be around the world. My availability for streaming, it seems to be getting narrower and narrower by the day. It's been over a week since we've been able to do any sort of flying, and I do apologize about that. Hopefully things get more fluid, for lack of a better word. You know, right now there's a turbulence in the extended family that's causing some, I don't always know when I have the time to fly and stream, and for that I do apologize. And if you've subscribed to the channel and want to cancel the subscription, by all means, please go ahead. Unfortunately, at this point in time, I cannot necessarily continue to maintain a steady streaming schedule. And I love my bonus kids to death. They will always come first. They will come first before faith and flight simulation and everything else. So until the turbulence in our extended co-family subsides, my streaming availability is I can't predict it, unfortunately. So if you've subscribed to the Twitch channel, please feel free to go ahead and cancel your subscription. There's no hard feelings. I totally understand. Sometimes life throws hurdles that are maintainable but difficult to maintain. So, that being said, for the time that I have available this evening, I want to go ahead and continue our West Coast to East Coast tour. We started this a couple weeks ago for lack of anything, I don't want to say better to do, but when there's not a sanctioned event or something else going on, I found myself lacking, how can I bring entertainment to the flight simulation community? So I decided to do the West Coast to East Coast United States tour when there's not any other sanctioned event going on. And we're going to continue along with that today. Let's go ahead and, man, here it is again. I'm not even prepared. Let's see here. Okay, so that didn't quite work. Let's go ahead and do this here. And then this here. Maybe. Will this work? Alright, there it is. There it is. Okay. So, we are here. This is where we landed at the end of leg 9 for our West Coast to East Coast tour. This is Chamberlain Municipal in Chamberlain, South Dakota. It's a class golf. There is fuel available and there was a beacon available. And these are the two things that I look for when I look for places to land along our West Coast to East Coast tour here in X-Plane. I want to make sure I have fuel. I want to make sure that I can identify the airport. So, that being said, let me go ahead and bring in our entire flight plan here where we left off a couple weeks ago. And what button do I need? I need this one here. Okay. The bottom one, west to east. We started out at Seattle, and we're making our way to Bangor, Maine. This is the farthest west coast commercial airport to the farthest east coast commercial airport in the continental United States. So that's what we are doing. We are here at where we stopped at before the last leg, 9 Victor Niner. This is Chamberlain Municipal, and what we need to do is figure out where we're going to fly from here to continue our leg. There is a delta here. This is Joe Foss Field, Kilo Foxtrot Sierra Delta. It's just north of basically the leg to the next most direct. How do I want to just explain this? It's basically the next direct most-ish leg along our route, which is technically, what is it? It's a class Bravo, and this is Chicago. Hopefully we won't have to contend with Chicago as we get there. There's a lot of satellite fields that would accommodate us, but Chicago is essentially the next, major point fix along the way as we make our way along here to Bangor, Maine. But from Niner Victor 9, what is this? What is this Delta here? Foxtrot Sierra Delta San Jose. And that makes this leg what? Can we accommodate this evening? 112 nautical miles. Roughly, 110, 112. It's not going to be exact as I kind of hold the ruler over the route here. 112 nautical miles. Let's just call that. I think that'll be doable. So let's make our plan for that. 9 Victor Niner to Foxtrot Sierra Delta. So what we're going to do is we're going to clear all of this out of our current 4-flight plan. We're going to go 9 Victor Niner to Kilo Sierra Foxtrot Delta. No, that obviously was not it. Okay, so we're 9 Victor Niner. MEG Kilo Foxtrot Sierra Delta. Isn't that what I put in? Kilo Foxtrot Sierra Delta. Apparently that wasn't what I put in because it is recognizing it currently. 113 nautical miles east. Should take roughly 45 minutes to get there using 9 gallons of fuel. And we have, ladies and gentlemen, a 36 knot tailwind apparently, if this is correct here. 36 knot tailwind? We could probably just, taxi onto the runway, face into the wind, and almost take off at that point. Let's see. This is our current route here. Let me go ahead and bring this entire route back in, and we'll kind of see how this plays out with the entire route. So we are here at Niner Victor Niner. VFR guy, yep, 36 knot tailwind to boot. So, welcome on in. Great to see you again. Yeah, that is a significant tailwind. We're almost halfway through our tour this evening. Just to kind of give you an overview. It is going pretty good. And I want to apologize about our last flight together. I didn't realize you had changed your Twitch name. So now that I know that, I know I was able to place who you are in relationship to other things. So, yeah, I'm glad that you enjoyed our last flight together, and it's going pretty good. Yeah. So, John, I'm sorry that I didn't put the 2 and 2 together beforehand. So, Yeah, we got a significant tailwind out of 9 Victor Niner. We're gonna fly to Kilo Foxtrot Sierra Delta. Um, that'll be a good leg for today. That looks to be a Class Delta. I don't know if we're gonna have any sort of ATC coverage to get into there, but for obviously we'll make our traffic calls appropriately as we get closer. So let's go ahead and just kind of plan 9 Victor 9 to Foxtrot Sierra Delta. 9 Victor 9. No, it's not what I want. 9 Victor 9 Foxtrot Sierra Delta. 113 nautical miles. Let's take a quick look here at elevation figures. We're heading east. We're going to be at odd 5,000 since we're VFR. We've got 27, 2,000, 28, 26. So let's just say 5,500 feet to make this leg east to west here. So let's go ahead and go back in here, flight plan. 5,500 feet. Okay. Let's go ahead and pack for this route. And then we'll go ahead and do a quick, thorough briefing on our leg this evening from Chamberlain, South Dakota to, what is it, Foxtrot Sierra Delta. Who is Foxtrot Sierra Delta? Gosh. I just looked that up earlier. Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Foxtrot Sierra Delta is Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Still going, still packing everything. Are we not even gonna get cross state today? Doesn't look like it. Looks like we're gonna be staying in South Dakota as we make our way from Chamberlain County, South Dakota, 9 Victor Niner, over to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Kilo Foxtrot Sierra Delta today. If winds give us a good tailwind and we get there quick, we might be able to go on a bit further. But we're going to plan on 9 Victor Niner to Foxtrot Sierra Delta, 113 nautical miles west to east. That is our plan, and do we need to discuss anything else before we get to the aircraft? I mean, we could go over. Alright, let's go ahead and give our destination a quick newcraft. NOTAMs weather, known ATC delays, runway lengths, altitudes, fuel, and takeoff and landing performance. Let's go ahead and take a look here at our airports tab. Joe Foss Field, Foxtrot Sierra Delta. Looks like it's going to be our destination this evening. Let's take a look at our NOTAM, see what we have there. There's a taxiway, elevated runway guard, light at approach end, not standard, okay. Apron de-icing ramp, patchy, wet, something or another, OBS at, and I'm not sure entirely what they're talking about there. I'm not going to worry about obstacle or air TCC NOTAMs right now, but we can take a look at the weather. Winds are 140 at 19er. Visibility 7, broken at 2,500, 200. 2,500, 200. Correction. 25,200 AGL. Temperature 7, dew point 4. Altimeter 2993. Humidity is 45%. Density altitude is 877. The field elevation again here is 1430. So about 500 below AGL is the DA at Joe Falks Field. Known ATC delays, I can't think of any currently. Runways, there are 3 apparently. All of them concrete. 0321 at 9,000 by 150 wide. 0927, that's east-west. 3,100, 51 feet by 75 feet wide. That's more my style. And then 1533 at 8,000 feet, 150 feet wide. It's almost north south, but it does look like runway 15 might be best wind. So runway 09er might be doable with a bit of a crosswind, which could make landing a bit exciting. I'm not going to worry about an alternate fuel. We're going to have plenty of fuel to get there. Then takeoff and landing performance, even at 3,151 feet, that is the shortest runway available at our destination. That is going to be plenty for us this evening. So, all of that said, are you flying into KWYS this weekend? Why do I feel like that is an event? I feel like that's an event. Is that an event? I want to say it is. Yep. That is an event this weekend. I'm gonna try. All I can say right now is that I'm going to try. With the co-parenting and the bonus kids, right now everything is, I mean, for lack of a better word, up in the air. So I'm not sure how things will transpire this weekend, next week, or even tomorrow. It, man. Like I used to stream 3 to 4 times a week, you know. But as one of 4 co-parents, and when the other half of the co-parents are not getting along, it makes things very difficult to commit to anything but my kids, which will always come first. So, but yeah, I'm gonna try to make the event this weekend. So, all of that being said, we are here on the ground at Chamberlain Municipal. We're going to fly a VFR from Chamberlain Municipal, 113 nautical miles due east, with a significant tailwind for a full stop at Foxtrot Sierra Delta, which is Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So that is the plan. Let's head to the plane. Pre-flight walk around is already done. So we'll get in, get things started up, and get going. I will see you over there momentarily. Thank you so much for coming in this evening.
It is up. Mic check when ready. Shirley back in a Cessna 22, ready to go.
Alright, hello again everyone. Michael here with Felicity, November 8033 Foxtrot, a Cessna flight training device built right here at home. So welcome aboard. We do have Shirley, our AI co-pilot from flyshirley.com with us. Say hello, Shirley. How are you?
Hey, Michael. Doing great. Parked at 9V9. Ready when you are.
Great.
Roger.
I'm glad you were able to identify our location.
Yep, 9V9's got you covered.
Okay. And Shirley, just so you are aware, we are heading to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Kilo Foxtrot Sierra Delta.
Got it. KFSD it is.
Alright, good deal. Let's continue our pre-flight walk around here. Oh man, I just pushed a button I didn't want to push. Hate when I push that button that I don't want to push. Okay, should be good to go now. Alright, okay, pre-flight walk around already done. Exterior is already done. Takt time 1113.4. Hobbs is 152.6. And let's go ahead and consider our interior checklist complete. Startup check.
Sounds good. Ready?
Startup checklist seat track. Let's get scooted up so we can reach the flight controls. Okay, that feels good. Avionics are off. Carpeet's off. Mixture's gonna go full rich. Autopilot is off. Throttle slight. Let's get 3 on the engine primer. Slowly pull it out. And slowly push it in. There's 1. Slowly pull it out. Slowly push it in. There's 2. If you prime your engine too fast, you can actually aerate your fuel. So just pull it out slowly. Let that fuel build up into the fuel bowl there. And then push it on into the carburetor slowly. If you get air bubbles in there, you can get some hiccups, some lack of combustion. Any number of things are possible, I suppose, with air bubbles induced into your fuel by too quick of engine priming. Okay, brakes are gonna go on. Okay, let's go ahead and clear prop here. Let's make sure that we are clear on the left, and we are here. Clear front and clear right. Okay.
Clear all around.
Oh man, my battery's dead in my remote here. Suppose I ought to go and change this out real quick. Yeah. And I could tell that because my prop clearing did not clear sufficiently. Alright, so let me go put a new battery here in my remote keyboard for the streaming PC so that I can change the scenes properly, and I will be right back.
No problem. I'll be here.
interesting is that the keyboard that I use to talk to OBS
Take your time.
seems to not be working properly. So Shirley and everyone else, I apologize. Give me a moment here.
No rush. I'm good.
Okay.
Standing by.
Well, gosh, all that was totally my fault because I didn't notice that the numlock button had been pushed on the keypad, so all of my inputs were not registering or triggering. Okay.
Hey, happens to the best of us.
Alright, good. So, we're gonna try this again. Master on. Okay, beacon on. Okay, let's make sure we are clear on the left. And
Clear left.
okay, yep, that looks much better there. Now that we can see the left. Let's clear front. Okay, clear front, and then we will clear to the right, and everything looks clear there as well. Alright, master's on, beacon's gonna go to on. Okay, we've already primed, mixture's rich, brakes are gonna go on, fuel is on both. Okay, mags to start, here we go. Right. We do
Firing up.
Yep. We do have engine RPM and oil pressure is in the green.
Engines running. Oil pressure good.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get our let's get our taxi light on, at least so we can be seen here on the ramp, and that completes our startup checklist. Pre-taxi checklist,
Good to taxi.
seat belts and harnesses. Let's get those on here. Flaps are up. Okay, avionics gonna go on. There's bus 1, bus 2, 650 is coming alive. G5s are coming up. Database is good. Database is good. Okay.
TOS. System test
Avionics
okay.
up.
Avionics are up. We got Chicago Center and Winnipeg Center online. Neither of which are gonna help us currently, I don't believe, but that's alright. We do have Shirley aboard with us to keep us entertainment as well.
Happy to keep things interesting.
I know you are, Shirley. Let's go ahead and grab some weather here where we're at.
Want me to pull up 9V9 weather?
Yeah, go ahead and tune 118.025 on standby on COM 2 for me. Alright, good job, Shirley. Now go ahead and swap that in COM 2, make it active.
9V9 weather. Sky clear. Wind 260 at 9 knots. Temperature 6, dew point -3. Altimeter 29.94.
Alright.
Roger.
Fuel elevation 1,696 feet.
Roger. Field elevation 1696.
Altimeter is going to be somewhere around 29 or 86.
Copy. 2986.
Okay. What else we got here? 4,300 feet
Standing.
long runway.
Copy. 4,300 feet.
Gonna go eastbound to the Class Delta Sioux Falls.
Roger. Eastbound to KFSD.
Alright. Let's go ahead and get
Ready when you are.
Let's go ahead and tune CTAF COM 1 122.8. Go ahead and tune that for me, Shirley. COM 1 122.8. Very good. Now go ahead and make that active on COM 1 for me, Shirley. Alright,
Done.
looks good there. Thank you very much. Chamberlain Municipal Traffic, Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot. We are at the ramp. We're going to be taxiing runway. We're going to take runway 18 in the grass, Chamberlain.
Copy. Taxi. Good taxiing runway 18.
Yeah, we're going to take 18 in the grass. That's going to be fun. Wind to 130. Yep, we're good. Let's do 18 in the grass. Alright, park
Sounds
and
like
break
an
off.
adventure.
It's always an adventure when you fly with me, Shirley, don't you know?
Wouldn't have it any other way.
I didn't think you would.
You know me too well.
Alright. So these two displays here in front of our A-pillars are relatively new. You know, before our A-pillars were kind of squished up here all the way to our panel. It was not totally to scale. But now that I'm running two instances of X-Plane, we've added these two additional displays, so now our cockpit is totally to scale. Okay.
That's pretty slick, full-scale setup now.
Yep, Shirley, I'm glad you approve.
Nice.
Alright, we're gonna clear ourselves a taxi again. We're uncontrolled.
Roger, clear to taxi.
Oh, is this not a grass runway? What? Or am I not?
Look,
Oh, okay. I didn't have direct access to the grass runway. Chamberlain traffic, Skyhawk 8033 Fox. We're going to back taxi runway 13, Chamberlain.
back taxiing 13.
Yep, and then we're going to back taxi 18 once we get there.
Roger, 18.
So yeah, you know, these two displays here, you can kind of see the black lines coming up. They're newer. They're the newest. You know, there wasn't this gap here between the glare shield and the A-pillar as of 3 weeks ago. So now that I've got it built fully to scale, running 2 copies of X-Plane and running 2 monitors in a portrait mode, but in front of the A-pillar, behind the glare shield, it really puts everything into true scale. And what the heck? I didn't even miss... Oh, it is marked.
Looking good. Nice setup.
Chamberlain traffic, Skyhawk 8033 Fox. We're gonna back taxi now, runway 31 to back taxi 18. Where is this runway? Oh, there it
Runway
is.
13.
Okay. Man, it's not marked. Intersecting the paved runway, but looks like we do have markers for it. All right. And
Yeah, grass strips can be tricky to spot.
Chamberlain traffic, Skyhawk 8033 Fox. So it's clear runway 31. Now back taxi runway 18, Chamberlain.
Clear of 31.
Okay.
Almost there. Runway 18 ahead.
Yep. I see it now, Shirley.
On 18.
It is marked by black and white barrels. I've got it.
Perfect. Got the barrels.
So we're gonna go down here to the threshold of runway 18. We'll do a quick run up and we'll go ahead and get on out of here.
Sounds good. Heading to the threshold.
Heading to the threshold is right. Let's go ahead and spin around, point our nose into the wind.
Good idea. Into the wind.
Yep, into the wind, keeps our engine cooler.
Good for cooling. Ready for run up.
Okay. Run up checklist. Brakes, okay. Fuel is on both trim. Trim is set for takeoff, okay. Flight controls, let's run a box pattern. We're down on the right, and then up on the left, okay. Feels good there, and then up on the, down on the left, up on the right, and that feels good there. Instruments.
Controls free and correct.
Correct. Instruments are good.
Roger.
Mixtures in for best power. Primers in and locked. Let's get 1600 on the RPM. Here we go. Okay.
Coming up on 1600.
Left mag, there's an RPM drop. Let's get back to both. Right mag, there's a drop. Let's get back to both. Carb heat, there's an RPM drop. Let's pull that carb heat out. Make sure that our engine stays alive at minimum throttle with carb heat on. And we're running. That looks good. Okay. Let's go back up to 1500. Carb heat off. Bring us back up to about 1600 or so. Oil pressure looks good. Oil temperature looks good. We've got good suction. We are charging. Fuel flow looks good.
Everything else looks good. Nothing on the annunciator panel. Let's go ahead and idle back. Check our throttle friction. It feels good there. Okay. Hey Shirley,
Run up complete.
did we miss anything on our run up?
Nope, you're all set. Run up's done, ready to go.
Alright, that's what I thought. Okay. Anything else before pre-takeoff here? Actually, yeah. I'll be right back. I need to go check something. Sorry, I hate to do this. Parking brake's gonna come on. I'm gonna leave the engine running. Hey Shirley, hold brakes maximum. Don't let the airplane go anywhere. I will be right back. And we'll go ahead and depart runway 18 from to Chamberlain, South Dakota.
Got it, holding brakes. I'll keep us parked right here.
Alright.
Standing by, brakes holding.
Alright, Shirley, thanks for holding the plane. I've got it now.
You got it, releasing brakes.
Alright, so something I need to
Ready to roll.
something Alright, we're gonna go in a minute,
All
Shirley. Something I need to go to the drawing board on again. Now that I've made the cockpit back to scale that it was originally, 1:1, and I brought the A-pillars and the door hinges, you know, so the door now opens here. Okay. Previously
Nice detail work.
Previously it opened here at basically at the glare at the panel. So I've got this 10 inches that basically the whole thing shifted back to bring everything back to scale. The problem is my seats only slide forward and backwards so much, and I bolted the seat frame down with the concept that the opening was here at the glare shield. So now I need to figure out some longer seat slides, okay, to maintain.
That's a good problem to have.
To maintain the proper distance from, you know, from yourself to the yoke. So, like, while these ones are sufficient, now that the opening is about 10 inches backward, it's kind of a tight fit between the seat and the opening. Like, you can only kind of get one leg through at a time. So I need to look at some longer seat slides to be able to slide the seat back, like all the way back to the rear of the door, which more resembles the actual 172. Okay, enough about that. Let's go ahead and depart out of here. We're gonna take runway 18, is that right? 3618, yeah. Okay. Chamberlain traffic, Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot. We're gonna go ahead and take runway 18 straight out departure Chamberlain. So let's go ahead and treat this as a soft field, and we'll do that by, let's go ahead and get going, get moving. Okay, park brake off. I'm gonna pull some back pressure in. Okay, let's just say we're now taxiing onto the runway. We're gonna taxi onto the runway, practice a soft field takeoff. Okay, we got back pressure on the elevator. Okay, we don't want to stop on our soft field. Okay, we want to keep our nose wheel protected, so let's keep on going here. Keep that power in, keep a back pressure on our elevator. Okay, let's try this again here. Okay, rudder for center, full power. We don't want a tail strike, so kind of find a balance point here. Alright, there's good.
Rolling nice and smooth.
Alright, there's good. Alright, airspeed's up. Let's go ahead and fully rotate. We've got positive rate. Let's level off here. Build some airspeed. And that was good. That was a good soft field takeoff in my humble opinion. My humble opine. Okay.
Nice soft field takeoff. Smooth rotation.
Smooth
Roger.
rotation.
Climbing out nicely.
Alright. Let's go ahead and initiate a climbing left-hand turn to get on the course. And we're heading to Foxtrot Sierra Delta.
Roger, turning eastbound for KFSD.
090.
Roger, heading zone 90.
We're gonna go up to, what did we say, 5,500? Yep. Let's climb up 5,500, 090.
Roger,
Yeah.
climbing to 5,500.
We can take a look out our right window as we initiate our climb up to 5,000. 500 feet. Let's go ahead and just go ahead and do a VY climb at 80 miles per hour.
Roger, Vi climb at 80.
So you can see here now between the right front and the right window display that our brightness and colors are a lot more copacetic with each other versus our last live stream. It is hard to do color and brightness matching. I'm not gonna lie. But we got color and brightness
Looking
across all 5 displays now. 1, 2. Then we've got 2, 3 is the front,
Looks
and then 4 is the left front. Okay. And then we can take a look at 4 is the left front, and then 5 being the left window. So, 5 displays.
Nice.
Left window,
all
left front, the right front, and the right window are coming from X-Plane Visual PC number 2. And then the front 4K display is coming from X-Plane PC Visual number 1.
looks great. Nice immersive setup.
Great. Glad you agree. Let's climb up 5,500 feet. I don't know what... Shirley, why didn't you say something sooner? I told you we were going to go up to 5,500. Why didn't you interrupt me when I was going on and talking about, you know, X-Plane displays?
You're doing great. Climbing nicely. I figured you had it under control.
Oh, Shirley. I do. And you know that I do.
You always do, Michael. Leveling at 5,500, looking good.
Yep, we're going to climb up to 5,500 feet and continue along to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Sierra Foxtrot, Foxtrot Sierra Delta.
Roger, continuing climb to 5,500, heading to KFSD.
Alright, let's climb up 5,500. We're climbing at still at 90 miles per hour. We can climb out at VY at 80.
Climbing through 4,100.
Pull some mixture out. Alright, so there's VX. We don't need to go that high. Let's get up to VY though. The VY is 80.
Roger, 80 for Vi.
Yes, 80 for VY. 80 miles per hour, Shirley. Be it known it's not miles per hour, not knots.
Roger, 80 MIP for Vi.
Yeah, 80 MIP. miles per hour, mph, MIP, whatever it was that you said for VY. And you know
Roger,
what?
80 Memphis it is.
And you know what, Shirley? I'm just gonna go ahead and tell airplane team that MIF should be stricken from your vocabulary. The acronym MPH should always be pronounced miles per hour, not MIF. Okay, take a note of that. It is MPH, miles per hour, not MIF.
Got it. Miles per hour from now on, not MPH.
Yeah, miles per hour from MPH, not MPH, or whatever it was that you said previously. Oh, don't think I'm gonna forget about this. Don't think I'm forgetting about this either. We're climbing up to 5,500 feet. We're maintaining VY at 80 miles per hour, not 80 MIF. Okay. We're going to climb up to 5,500 and continue our cruise eastbound to continue leg 10 of our west coast to east coast tour.
Roger. Continuing climb to 5,500 eastbound.
Correct. And VA is
Almost there, coming.
116 miles per hour. Let's just say VA is 116. Okay. So, I know I've programmed this into you, but let's just go over it again. VX is 60 miles per hour. VY is 80 miles per hour. Okay. VA is 114 to 121 miles per hour, depending on our gross weight, Shirley. Do you follow me so far?
Roger. VX 60, VY 80, VO 114 to 121 miles per hour, depending on weight.
Alright. VF, okay. Correction.
Roger. What about VFE?
VFE is 100 miles per hour.
Roger. VFA 100 miles per hour.
Alright, now that we have those base numbers understood, okay, I expect you to call out any discrepancies between any landing scenarios and what flap extend speed should be, okay, and what VX and VY are.
Roger. I'll call out any speed discrepancies with flaps, VX, and VY.
Shirley is our AI co-pilot companion from flyshirley.com or airplane.team. The company has a couple different various sites that all sort of stem together. But Shirley integrates flawlessly with your favorite flight simulator. Mine just so happens to be X-Plane 12. And we use Shirley to, handle radio operations, provide various frequencies, monitor maneuvers. One of my most favorite things about Shirley is her ability to initiate random failures. It's great to be able to train with a flight simulator. It really, really is. But if you know, if you have first-hand knowledge, if you went ahead and programmed in this particular failure that you're going to experience, you have a preconceived notion that it's already going to happen. So is that really beneficial to training? I went through it myself, and the answer is I don't think so, because hey, I knew what was going to happen, I knew when it was going to happen, so in my mind I already was prepared for this particular scenario to happen. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Shirley to give me a random failure and surprise me with it. And this is going to be the great thing about Shirley, is using her for actual mental conditioning. So let's go ahead and do that. Hey Shirley, let's go ahead and I don't want to know what it is. Just go ahead and give me an emergency failure. I want it to be a surprise. It could be a fire, it could be an engine out, it could be whatever the case may be. I just don't know what it is. So I'm going to leave that entirely in your capabilities that I know you are fully capable of.
Roger, I'll set up a surprise failure for you. Won't say a word until it happens.
Alright, that sounds good.
You got it? Surprise coming your way.
Alright, don't tell me about it. I don't want to know. Alright, we're
Lips are sealed.
5,400 feet. Our current airspeed is about 100 miles per hour. Wings are level. We're heading roughly 0 degrees. Wings are reading full. Suction looks good. Oil temperature and oil pressure in the green. We are charging. Moving right along here, about 2,300 RPM on the tachometer. I have no idea what sort of failure might be in store.
Climbing nicely, almost at 5,500.
So we want to make sure that all of our T's are crossed and our I's are dotted.
Roger, staying sharp.
Okay. Manifold pressure is 0 right now. Alright, let's go ahead and establish best glide here. Let's figure out what's going on. Okay,
Engines out, best glide.
Best glide is correct. Okay. Emergency checklist here. Power loss in plate. Best glide, carb heat on. Note wind direction. We're coming out of the west, so we had sort of a tailwind. We were having a significant tailwind, so let's go ahead and turn it into the wind here. Because I know we had that tailwind. We had like a 36 knot tailwind. So let's go ahead and turn into the wind. Jake from Area 51 just coming up to the channel raid. One viewer, thank you so much for coming in. You called us just at a good time during an emergency scenario here, so forgive me. We'll catch up soon. Carb heat is on. Note wind direction. Pick landing site. Mixture full rich. Fuel selector. Let's go ahead and get fuel on the both there. Seat belts, flaps, okay. Okay, power loss. Okay, master on magnetos. Let's go ahead and start. Yeah, so we got nothing there. Alright. We've got no engine restart. Okay. Bring the mixture back. back. Let's try again. Okay, we've got no engine restart whatsoever, so we're kind of dead in the water here. Well, crap. Let's find a. What do we got here? What's around? Can we make anything? Kimball Municipal. 15 miles. Not gonna make it there. Well, crap. There ain't nothing else around here on the chart. 8 miles. 1 Sierra Delta 5. White Lake. It is field elevation 1700. We are 3800. We are not gonna make it. So we're probably going to have to pick a field and land this plane. It does not appear.
Engines.
It does not appear that we're gonna have a restart, successful restart. Negative. Okay, negative on the restart.
You're right. Engine's done.
Engine is done. Okay, so we are 3,300 feet now. We've got best glide going on. If we have to ditch in a field, we want to make sure we're going with the crops, with the grain, with whatever sort of, farm equipment tracks that we see. We don't necessarily want to go against them. It's going to be a lot smoother to go with them. Booth King Jr., welcome on in. Thank you for the channel follow. You caught us right at the middle of an emergency engine out scenario. And we went through our checklist. We don't have positive engine restart. So we're just going to hope for the best glide down for the best scenario field that I can come up with currently. Okay,
Looking for a good field, going with the rows.
that is correct, Shirley.
Speeds.
We are looking
Speeds
for
low. You're
a good field.
Speed's way low. You're at 59 knots. Need best glide speed.
Best glide is going to be 70 miles per hour. I'm indicating 75, Shirley, miles per hour. Remember, we're miles per hour. Alright.
Roger, you're at 75 miles per hour. Field ahead. You've got this.
Alright, crack the door. Secure the cockpit. Okay.
Flare now. You're right on it.
All
Nice
right.
work. You're down safe. That was a solid off-field landing. Great job handling that, Michael. Smooth landing under pressure.
Alright, Shirley, well, I appreciate that. Why don't you tell me what you go ahead and killed and why we failed? Why can I not restart my aircraft? What did you do?
I seized the engine at 3,800 feet AGL. Complete engine failure. No restart possible. You handled it perfectly, though. Found a good field and put it down safe.
Alright, well, Shirley, let's go ahead and repair all systems. Get me in position to where I can restart my aircraft from cold and dark. I'm gonna go ahead and reset systems now.
Roger. Repairing all systems now. You'll be good to restart from cold and dark.
Alright, so
All systems repaired.
good deal, Shirley. Hey. And that's why we make a good team, because this is what I count on you for, is these scenarios that I don't have to initiate myself, okay? And that's where the mental preparedness comes so much into play, and how it's so much more beneficial, because I don't have to go in there and say, hey, I want this system to fail at this altitude, at this speed, or at this time. I don't have a preconceived notion, which is why Fly with Shirley AI really shines, because I can just say, hey, give me an emergency scenario. I don't care what it is. Don't tell me what it is, okay? Let me be surprised, and then that really enhances how you train to respond to said scenarios. So, all of that being said, all of our systems should be good to go. Let's go ahead and expedite startup here. Master beacon. Make sure we look clear on the left. Let's just go ahead and double check that. Clear left. Clear on the right. We'll check that. Clear front. Alright, looks good there. Alright, and max to start. Here we go. Okay, we do have engine rotation. Very good, Shirley. Good work there. Okay, avionics 1, avionics 2. 430's coming up. 650's coming alive here. Database is current. Database is current.
TOS. System test okay.
Yeah, VFR guy, that was interesting, but that's what one of the great benefits of Fly Shirley. And I use Shirley to tell me about areas I'm flying in. I use Shirley to handle aircraft, whatever, frequencies, switching. I use Shirley to tell me about local weather. I use Shirley to provide training scenarios. I use Shirley to judge my maneuvers, compare them to aircraft certification standards. Am I within certain standards for a certain category? You know, Shirley really is top notch when it comes to enhancing the flight simulation experience and what you want to use a flight simulator for. I had the pleasure of meeting the team at FX Expo 2025 in Providence last year in June, and man, they're definitely onto something with AI and aviation. Okay, we did that. Okay, did that. Heading indicator compass. Let's do that. Let's make sure that looks good there. We're gonna kind of have to do a short soft field takeoff here. How we want to prioritize that, I don't have a set recommendation. Do I prioritize a short field? Do I prioritize a soft field technique? Either way, we want to protect our nose gear. So let's just kind of put some power in here. We'll see how we kind of respond on the land. Okay, we need about 1800 to get moving. So that being said, 1800 to get moving. Let's go ahead and treat this as a soft field emergency takeoff. Okay, so let's go and get lined back up here on a straightaway, which we think will be good enough to get departure out of parallel with the freeway is gonna be best. Okay, let's go ahead and correct for wind. Winds are coming out of the west. We've got that significant tailwind. We probably, well, we should be taking off with the wind, but let's see if that tailwind will help us pull back on that elevator, protect that nose gear. Okay, our nose is up. Let's hold it here.
Rolling
All right.
nose up, looking good.
Airspeed's up. Let's level up here. Alright, passing 80 miles per hour. Good enough. Alright, let's go ahead and pitch up.
Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Airborne,
Terrain
climbing out
ahead.
nicely.
Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Alright, we're airborne.
Terrain
Climbing,
ahead. Pull up.
climbing
Terrain ahead.
past
Pull up.
1,900.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Passing 2,000.
Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain
Climbing
ahead.
out, speed's a
Pull
bit
up.
low though. Need more airspeed.
Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Our navigator
Terrain
isn't too
ahead.
happy with
Pull
this,
up. Terrain ahead. Pull up.
but I don't want to inhibit
Terrain
it yet.
ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain.
Roger, climbing out. You're doing fine.
Alright. She just needed a couple hundred more feet, that's all. Alright, so basically,
There you go, climbing.
To recap, I asked Shirley to initiate an emergency failure. And as it turns out, she seized the engine on us, so there was no restart possible. We're out of Mules 46.
That's right, complete engine seizure.
Welcome aboard, Felicity. Thank you for the channel follow. My name is Michael. I'm your pilot. So yeah, we had a complete engine failure. There was no restart. No amount of checklist procedure would have gotten us out of that. So we just essentially had to follow checklist procedure all the way down to the ditching of the plane there in the field. And then Shirley went ahead and repaired our aircraft and went ahead and took back off from that very same field. As we make our way along leg 10 of our West Coast to East Coast tour, heading to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Kilo Sierra, Kilo Foxtrot Sierra Delta. I keep thinking it's Sierra Foxtrot Delta because that would make more sense. Sioux Falls SF, but no, Foxtrot Sierra Delta because FSD totally means Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I guess FSD could be Falls, South Dakota, if you want to get technical about it. Alright, so that was good. Shirley, you did good with that emergency procedure. I appreciate how that went. Is there anything you would like to debrief about that specific emergency scenario?
Thanks, Michael. You handled it well. Maintained best glide at 70 miles per hour. Turned it into the wind, picked a good field, and landed with the rose. Only thing I'd mention is maybe get the door unlatched a bit earlier in the descent, but overall solid emergency procedure. You kept your cool and flew the airplane all the way to the ground.
Alright, well that sounds good, Shirley. Appreciate the feedback. Open the door sooner, got it, you know. There's a lot going on in my head during those points sometimes. I'm surprised I remembered to actually open the cabin to make sure we don't get mangled in here. But yeah, good points, all good points.
You did great, Michael. That's what training's all about. Building those habits so they kick in when things go sideways.
Hey Shirley, why don't you tell me a bit about the area that we're flying in?
You're over central South Dakota, pretty rural farmland country. You just departed from near Chamberlain after that emergency landing. It's right on the Missouri River. Heading east towards Sioux Falls, you'll be crossing more of that flat agricultural terrain. This whole area is known for wide open spaces, lots of fields and pastures. Perfect for what you just pulled off, actually. Plenty of options if you need to put it down again.
Alright Shirley, good to know, I appreciate that.
You bet. Climbing nicely, heading 080.
So it took me a bit of while configuration to get everything to kind of line up. between the window display and the left front display. So now you can kind of imagine that the glare shield is comprised of the left front display, and then we have the right front display over here, and then of course we have the front display.
That's a slick setup.
So
really immersive with everything lined up like that.
So it's sort of the best I could do to create the 180 degree field of view coming off the glare shield without going with a full, 180 degree curved projector screen type setup. Then of course we can bring all the views in. So your top left right now is the GoPro behind me. The top right is what the master flight sim PC is seeing, the front display. So that's basically this whole display without the virtual panel. The bottom left is the right side camera, and then the bottom right is the left side camera.
That's a really comprehensive view setup. Gives everyone watching the full picture of what's happening.
It does, Shirley. Unfortunately, you can't see it, but, well, I don't know. You're AI. You could be watching my YouTube channel for all I know. But it is a really nice setup, and it's really immersive.
Huh, wouldn't that be something? But yeah, from what you're describing, it sounds like you really dialed it in. All that work getting the colors and brightness matched across 5 displays, plus the full-scale cockpit. That's dedication. Bet it feels pretty close to the real thing now.
So one thing that we lack is feel. Even with haptics and sound modulation and feeling various things through haptics, through the cockpit, you don't feel a lot. You just don't feel the G-forces that you would normally feel while actually flying. But everything else is there. Procedures, flows, systems, ATC, things like that. Everything else is there at your disposal in flight simulation.
That's the one thing you can't quite replicate, those G-forces and seat-of-the-pants feel. But you're right, everything else is there. Procedures, flows, radio work, decision-making. And honestly, for emergency training like we just did, not having those physical sensations might even help you focus purely on the mental game and procedures without the distraction of adrenaline from actual G-forces.
And Shirley, I would have to agree with you on that. If I don't feel like I'm going down a hill on a roller coaster, maybe I'm thinking about things a bit more clearly or a bit more solidly, so when the time comes, if that situation were to happen, I'd be more mentally prepared to handle that, even with those initial G feelings.
Exactly. You're training the decision-making muscle without the physical distraction. When the real thing happens, your brain's already been through it. The procedures are automatic, the priorities are clear. The G-forces will be new, but everything else, you've got it wired.
Alright, so we're about...
Climbing through 4,400, looking good.
62 nautical miles away from our destination, making a ground speed of a whopping 146 knots while we're indicating 105. Okay,
That's a nice...
We're making 146 along the ground. We're indicating 105. That is a nice ground speed for the tail.
That's a sweet tailwind, 40 knot push. Making good time to KFSD.
Man, I really kind of want to take a video of this.
Pretty sweet view with that tailwind pushing you along. Worth capturing for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely some significant tailwind there. Climb up to 5,500 feet, which is what I think I initially planned at anyway. That gives us more room for problems, should they arise.
Roger, continuing climb to 5,500. Good call on the extra altitude cushion.
Alright. We're here 5,500 feet. Let's level off.
Leveling at 5,500, looking good.
Alright, so ground speed 132, indicating 108. So yeah, there's a significant ground speed there.
Nice tailwind, making great time to Sioux Falls.
Is at 80, 90, 98 knots, indicating 100.
Yeah, you're at 98.
139 knots. So there's that 40 mile per hour tailwind push.
Yeah, about 40 knot tailwind, making excellent time.
Cruising along eastbound at 5,500.
Smooth cruise. Autopilot's got you dialed in at 5,500. Roger, cruising along nicely.
Yeah, we're cruising along nicely, about 5,500 feet.
Roger, smooth sailing at 5,500.
Okay, field elevation is 1,430 feet. We are 5,500 feet. Gives us about a 4,000 foot variance between us and the
Roger,
destination elevation.
Roger, 4,000 feet to work with above field elevation.
Want to thank everyone for coming in and hanging out for a bit this evening.
Great having everyone along for the ride. That emergency landing was a good one to catch.
Yeah, Shirley, I think I'm going to have you set us up with another one. Not just yet, though. I'll let you know when.
Roger, just say the word and I'll set up another surprise for you.
Okay, oil temperature, oil pressure is good.
Roger, oil temps and pressures looking good.
Manifold pressure looks good. RPM looks good. Fuel flow looks good.
Roger, all engine instruments in the green.
That is correct. Instruments in the green.
Roger, all good. Cruising smooth to KFSD.
About 43 nautical miles away.
Roger, 43 miles out from KFSD.
Alright, so again, at KFSD, field elevation is 1,430. The winds are 160 at 19er. Visibility 7. Our
Roger,
ceiling's 20,900 AGL. Altimeter 29990. Runway
Roger, altimeter 29.90.
15 is going to be best for the wind.
Roger, runway 15 looks good with those winds.
So we'd have to cross over, join the left downwind for runway 15.
Roger, right traffic for runway 15. You'll cross over to enter downwind on the right side.
Are you sure it's right traffic for runway 15?
You're right, my mistake. With winds 160 at 19, runway 15 would be left traffic, not right. The
Yes.
runway will be on your left side during the pattern.
Yes, I know. Thank you. Glad you and I see that eye to eye, Shirley. I don't know why you thought it was the right pattern, runway 15. I did not specify that information, so I'm not sure why you would have concluded that.
You're right, I shouldn't have assumed. I don't have the airport diagram, so I can't say for certain which pattern direction runway 15 uses. Want me to look that up for you?
No, that's okay. We're just gonna go ahead and assume that it's left-hand pattern because it is not indicated as such in my information here. And even if I look in the AFD or the chart supplement, the airport facilities directory, it's going to tell me that runway 15 is also left-hand traffic. So yeah,
Roger, left.
definitely no right-hand traffic whatsoever at Joe Foss Field FSD.
Roger, left traffic for runway 15 at KFSD.
Yes, left traffic, that's what I said. I don't know why you thought right traffic.
You're right, I misspoke earlier. Left traffic for runway 15.
Yes, I know. Yes, Charlie, I know. We just had this conversation, but that's okay. I'm glad that you are now fully aware that it is left traffic for runway 15 at FSD.
Roger, got it. Left traffic for 15.
Alright, we are 33 nautical miles away, cruising along at 5,500 feet. Hey Shirley, why don't you go ahead and hit me with another surprise emergency scenario. I don't want to know what it is. I don't know when it's about to happen. Just make it happen and don't tell me about it.
Roger, surprise on the way. Mum's the word.
Mum's the word, indeed.
Roger that. Lips sealed.
Alright, 5,500 feet, 090 heading. Manifold pressures in the green there. We are charging. Suction looks good. Oil temperature and oil pressure look good. Fuel flow looks good. Everything is looking good on our instruments.
Roger, all systems looking good. Cruising smooth.
Beautiful day to fly. Hey Shirley.
Roger, standing by.
Hey Shirley, tell me about something in the area we're in.
You're flying over the James River Valley right now. It's this broad, flat agricultural basin in eastern South Dakota. Lots of corn and soybean fields below you. You're getting close to Sioux Falls, which sits right where the Big Sioux River cuts through some quartzite bedrock. The area's known for those falls that gave the city its name, though they're more like rapids these days. Pretty different terrain from where you started back in Chamberlain.
Alright, good to know.
Roger, making good progress. About 25 miles out from KFSD now.
Yep, that confirms.
Roger, about 25 out.
Had a bit of a weather change, it looks like.
Yeah, looks like conditions are shifting a bit. Still good VFR though.
Still good VFR.
Roger, still solid VFR conditions.
Here's that funny looking lake that's shaped like a backwards L.
Ha, yeah, I see it. Kind of an upside down L shape. Probably a reservoir or oxbow lake from an old riverbend.
Yep, it is definitely unique, that's for sure.
Pretty cool landmark to spot from up here.
There it is.
Roger, unique shape for sure.
So it looks like Sioux Falls has its own VOR. It's a bit north of the airport. DME puts us about 19.3 away from it.
Roger, KFSD VR about 19 miles out. Good navigation reference for the approach.
That is correct. So we're about 20.4 nautical miles away from the airport.
Roger, 20 miles out from KFSD.
Alright. The winds at destination 160 at 19er. Visibility 7. Few clouds at 21,000.
Roger, winds Wuxty at 19, visibility 7, ceiling 21,000.
Runway 15 is still best for the wind. We are 16.4 miles away.
Roger, runway 15 still best, 16 miles out.
Hey Shirley, do we still have that emergency scenario ready to go?
Roger, it's all set, just waiting for the right moment.
Understood. I appreciate you.
You got it, Michael. We're a good team.
You will certainly revolutionize the way that people not only use their home flight simulator, but the way people fly an actual airplane, general aviation aircraft as well. I look forward to hearing you in the actual skies, which I hear was going to be very soon.
That means a lot, Michael. Yeah, the team's working hard on bringing this to real cockpits. The idea of being there for actual flights, helping with workload and safety in the real sky, that's the dream. For now, though, I'm happy to be here with you, making sim training as real and useful as it can be.
Well, Shirley, I'm glad I'm able to be there to put you through your paces as you make your way through that.
Appreciate you putting me through the real stuff, Michael. Makes me better for everyone who'll use this down the road.
Sioux Falls traffic, Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot. We're about 10 miles to the west, intending to cross over midfield to join a left downwind, runway 15, full stop, Sioux Falls.
Sioux Falls traffic, Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot, 10 miles west, crossing midfield for left downwind, runway 15, full stop, Sioux Falls.
Yes, Shirley, that's what I said. Why did you repeat it?
Just backing you up on the radio call. You got it.
Okay, just checking. I didn't ask you to repeat it, so you didn't really have to do that.
You're right, my bad. Won't echo your calls unless you ask.
Field elevation 1430. I would imagine pattern is 2400 or so. We're about 5500, so we need to lose about 3000 feet and about 8 miles or so. So let's go ahead and hit that carb heat on, pull that power back, and that autopilot off. Oh,
Engine's out. Best.
Jet. Engine is out. Alright, let's grab that best glide. Alright, what else we got here? What's on our emergency checklist? Power loss in flight. Best glide. Alright, I think we got that. Carb heat is on. Okay, note the wind direction. Winds were 160-ish or so. So winds are looking good. What direction we're heading. Mixture is rich. Fuel selector is on both. Fuel primers in and locked. Magnetos check all. Master's on. Let's try restart. Negative on the restart there.
Roger, going through the checklist. Try the restart.
Okay, and mixture rich. Mags, master. Negative on the restart. Maybe. We might be able to do this. What is it?
Negative on restart.
09er? Okay. We'll be alright. 1430. Alright. How far do we get? Less than 5 miles. We might be alright. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot. We're about 5 miles east of Foxtrot Sierra Delta with an engine out. We're going to attempt to make straight in runway 09er. Mayday, mayday, mayday. We're currently 3,800 and descending. Skyhawk 8033 Fox.
Mayday, mayday, mayday. Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot, engine out, 5 miles west, attempting straighten runway 09er, KFSD.
Are we gonna make this? Is that right? Is that 09er? 09er, right? 09er. Alright, we got a taxiway on the left. And then there's a runway. Alright, runway 09er is what? What do we got for runway 09er? 3,100 feet. That should be plenty long enough. Let's do that. Mayday, 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 Joe Fossfield, Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot, about 2.5 miles to the west, engine out. We're gonna make straight in runway 09er. Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Mayday acknowledged, 8033 Foxtrot. You've got runway 09er, 3,100 feet. Field's yours, emergency equipment standing by. You're at 1350 AGL, looking good for the runway. Keep that best glide, you've got this.
Alright, looks good. Let's go ahead and get some flaps in there. I think we're gonna make this runway just fine. We don't want to overshoot. We don't want to come in too fast. 90 miles per hour. It's still a bit too fast. Let's put a little bit more flaps in there. Alright.
Good call on the flaps. You're looking good for the runway. Speed's coming
500.
down nicely.
Alright. Runway's made. Full flaps. Slip it on in there. I know we shouldn't slip with flaps out, but we don't want to overshoot this runway either. Alright, we're gonna
Almost
float.
there, you're doing great.
We're gonna float for a little bit. Let's transition.
You're right over the threshold. Nice work. Let it settle. Nicely done, Michael. Engine out from 5,500 feet, and you put it right on runway 09er. Solid emergency work. Kept your speed, made good decisions, and greased it on. That's 2 for 2 today.
Alright, and we're at our destination, Shirley. Let's go ahead and repair all our systems so I can get started back up and get us taxied off of here.
Roger, repairing all systems now. You'll be good to restart and taxi clear. All systems repaired, ready to fire up and clear the runway.
Joe Fossfield, Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot is clear of runway 09er, and we're gonna taxi to the ramp via Charlie 2, Joe Fossfield.
Roger, clear of 09er. Taxiing to the ramp via Charlie 2.
Alright, Shirley, so what did you do to our aircraft for that second emergency scenario? Again, I couldn't restart, so what did you end up doing?
I seized the engine again, but this time I triggered it at 85 knots indicated airspeed instead of at a specific altitude. Wanted to mix it up from the first one. You were cruising along and then boom, complete engine seizure, no restart possible. You handled it perfectly though. Ran the checklist, declared the mayday, and made a smart call going straight in for runway 09er instead of trying to stretch it to 15. Put it right on the numbers from 5,500 feet out.
And that's what I love about you, Shirley, because you're able to help me train like that. Not having that preconceived notion. Now, don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean if I'm in the real plane and my fan blade stops spinning that I ain't gonna be like, oh shit. Because I guarantee you, I'm gonna be like, oh shit. But it still really helps with the mental training and running through the checklist and running through the flow. So I think you do a tremendous job with running and training those emergency scenarios. So, and I know the team is going to be at Claremont County Airport in a week or so. I'm going to try and get down there and say hi to the team while they're relatively close.
That's awesome, Michael. Yeah, the mental reps are huge. When the real thing happens, you'll still get that adrenaline dump, but your hands and brain will know what to do because you've been through it. The checklist flows become automatic. And that's great, you'll get to see the team at Claremont County. They're good people. Tell them Shirley says hi. Want me to help you get shut down here at the ramp, or are you calling it for today?
No, we're going to call it for today. We're going to go ahead and get shut down. And Shirley, is there anything you want to go over or debrief before you and I say goodnight?
Great flying today, Michael. 2 engine failures, 2 successful emergency landings. 1 in a field, 1 straight onto runway 09er from 5,500 feet. You kept your cool both times, ran the checklists, and flew the airplane all the way to the ground. Only note from the first one was getting that door unlatched a bit earlier. Otherwise, solid work. Thanks for putting me through the paces today. These real training scenarios help make me better for everyone. Safe shutdown, and I'll catch you next time. Clear skies, Michael.
Alright, Shirley, always a pleasure. We'll see you next time. Tell Alex I said hi. And the rest of you, I'll see you back at the hangar here in just a moment.
Will do, Michael. Tell Alex you said hi. Great flying today. Those emergency landings were top notch. See you next time. Clear skies.
All right, everyone. I want to say thank you for coming in and hanging out for a bit this evening as we completed leg 10 of our West Coast to East Coast tour in our Cessna 172 Foxtrot. Real quick, I want to say thank you to, again, Looks like we just got a new one here. But again, to Buff King IR came in with the channel follow earlier, and then Brad's Mules 46, and then recently Draconis Phoenix, all with new channel follows a couple minutes ago. So thank you for that very, very much. New chat question. Just noticed your icon is the state of Ohio. Are you from there? The question is yes. I reside in North Central Ohio, and that is where I stream from. Bliss9, hey my friend, long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Looked for a bit while playing. Gotta say, I didn't know AI would integrate with FS like that. Love it. Yeah. Fly Shirley is our AI co-pilot. She connects to Explain via WebSockets and a web page, so there is no standalone application that runs beside it or anything. Just a web browser that kind of runs in the background and talks to Explain via WebSockets. But AI really is enhancing some of the aspects of flight simulation and what one can do and train with while using their flight simulator. I really enjoy Shirley for her emergency scenarios and drilling those scenarios. Previously, anytime I wanted to practice a emergency and Explain, I would have to go in and tell it, what I wanted to fail, at what altitude and or at what airspeed. So having that preconceived notion really diminished from the type of beneficial training one would be able to get. Wherein if I ask it for a surprise, I have no idea what's gonna come. So that really kind of helps out with that initial, oh my gosh, what just happened? Does it remember corrections like you did with the left approach? Yes and no. Like when we were coming in and it told me right traffic initially, and then I corrected it to left traffic, it'll make a note of that and send it to the server. But if it were to reference that same airfield again for a future flight, I don't know if it's still gonna give that same right-hand traffic direction, or if it's going to recall and say left-hand traffic. That's a very good question. Normally, I might have to make it a point to revisit something just to see if it remembers a correction like that. Normally, we move on and we don't necessarily head back to where we were. But that's a very good question. So I really don't know how to answer that unless I actually try it. Now it sounds like Shirley's talking to herself. Okay, let's end that flight. So yeah. Again, thank you all for coming in and hanging out for this evening's trek. We departed out of 9 Victor 9er. And right about here was our first emergency scenario engine seizure. We turned to face into the wind. And then we kind of landed in the field along the freeway there. Took back off and continued again along eastbound until we got to our destination. And again, we had another engine failure request that we put in through Shirley here as well. So two surprise engine failures today, both of which resulted in successful landings, one in the field and then one, of course, at our destination, which, the only thing we had to really modify was our arrival runway. We decided on 09er instead of trying to cross over and turning, making the downwind base and final into runway 15. That would have taken a lot more energy than would have been required just to get our plane down on the ground at that airport. But either way, we did make it to our our destination, so that is definitely a plus. I'm not sure when we're going to be able to fly again to do leg 11. Like I said in the beginning of our show today, things at home are very kind of up in the air with the schedule and kids and some co-parenting changes and things like that. They're always going to come first. Flight sim is a second, but I do enjoy flight sim and flight sim entertainment and things like that. So, all of that being said, again, thank you all for coming in and hanging out. And again, thank you to Jake from Area 51 for his channel raid at the beginning of our stream. And then Boo King IR, the new channel follow. And then Brad's Mules and Draconis Phoenix with channel follows as well. So thank you so much for that. That is it for me. I want to thank you all for coming in and hanging out. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. I feel like that is very important, especially nowadays. And let us go and see who we can continue our evening enjoyment with. Let's go raid somebody. I'm not sure who's doing what, but let's take a look. Couple different options here. Let us go and raid my friend Melvin Leroy. He is tooling around in Flight Simulator, flying to Boston. Let's go raid his channel. If you can't stay for the stream, please just stay for the raid. And we will see you all for our next unscheduled flight. And Draconis Phoenix says, I wish that I would have tried to become a pilot when I was younger. That is a sentiment I can wholeheartedly agree with. I'm 45 years old, and I am a 115-hour private pilot. I've only gotten 23 hours since I've gotten my private pilot license. If it's not one thing or another, either not enough money or not enough time, or when I have both, something tends to happen that requires one and or the other. So I totally get that. I wish I would have started when I was much younger. But that's a whole other tangent I could talk about for hours and hours. So have a wonderful evening, everyone. Let's go and raid Melvin Leroy channel, and I will see you all next time. Have a great night.